You don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about, does following the ritual work? Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear.
Katt Williams been warning us. Hollywood don't mess with the real ones. It's the fake smiles, the yes men, and the ones playing puppet that get all the shine out there. But the ones who stand on real morals, they get tossed like trash. And that's exactly what Katt hinted happened to 90s legend Laurence Tate.
Because Hollywood likes to sort of devalue black artists and black folk, because you get super talented people at a discounted rate.
Back when Larenz Tate was a sitcom kid, he did have a lot of shows that didn't last. And I'm pretty sure at one point he felt like his career was not going in the direction it should. See, this is a testament that what is for you, and things happen in divine timing.
Yeah, that Laurence who brought the heat in Menace the 2 society had ladies falling hard in Love Jones and brought straight up black excellence every time he hit the screen. But then, boom, he vanished. No scandals, no jail time, no wild public meltdowns. He just quietly disappeared from the spotlight and stopped booking roles. So what happened? Why did Hollywood ice out one of the most talented black actors of his era? Katt didn't flat out spill the tea, but he sprinkled enough hints to connect the dots. Word is, Larenz wasn't down for the shady behind-the-scenes stuff that some actors do to climb up in the game. You know what that means? The secret handshakes, the strange parties, the quiet compromises. If you don't bow down in Hollywood, you're a problem. And if they can't control you, they'll erase you. So what exactly did Laurence say no to? What line did he refuse to cross that so many others stepped over without flinching? And why did an industry that praises diversity quietly blacklist a man who should have been a global name? Back in the 90s, Laurence Tate was that dude. You couldn't miss him. He owned his role in Menace 2 society as that wild.
The real deal is we don't own any platform the way we should. There's a few black-owned platforms, but we don't have a lot of outlets. We don't have as many. So we're not sort of governing over these entities or these corporations.
Like when I was like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully.
Trigger-happy OG with nothing to lose. Then he flipped the script in Dead Presidents, showing deep emotion as a war vet turned stick-up kid. And let's not forget Love Jones. Larenz had women hooked. He played that smooth, poetic Darius Love Hall like he was born for it. Larenz wasn't just some Hollywood face. He was our star. The culture loved him.
This is something I've been working on. It's new. I call it a blues for Nina.
Ooh.
Is that a smile me put on your face, child?
Until we get in the position of being gatekeepers, if we're not in the room, if we don't have a green light vote, it's not getting done. Somebody in the studio has to say, we're making this.
So every time there is, as you said, everybody's talking about this is now a new wave of black films. Do you think it's
hogwash?
Hogwash. You don't think it signals a big shift in consciousness? No.
Not buying it.
Not buying it.
Shenanigans.
Men respected him, women adored him, and he never embarrassed himself or the community. No scandals, no chasing clout, just straight talent and class. Larenz was just doing what he did best, acting his heart out and doing it like a pro. No drama, no headlines, no shady moments. But then, out of nowhere, silence. One minute he was set to be Hollywood's next big thing, and the next, it was like someone hit mute on his whole career. And that's what makes it so strange. Usually when a star falls off, there's a scandal, a meltdown, rehab, lawsuits, or some huge public flop. But with Larenz, nothing. He didn't crash out. He didn't get caught slipping. He just slowly vanished from the main stage like somebody made a call behind closed doors. Sure, he still pops up here and there in smaller roles, but the spotlight he once owned, that never came back. So what really went down? Well, it's starting to look like Katt Williams wasn't just ranting, he was exposing the real. Word is, Laurence started turning down roles that felt shady, disrespectful, or flat out stereotypical.
That's what makes information so powerful is, you don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about, does following the ritual work? Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is.
Yep, those cross-dressing roles too. And he wasn't having it. He wanted to tell real stories. Not just be another punchline or a background player in someone else's narrative.
20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things would become popular in the future.
But in Hollywood, when you say no too many times, they stop calling. Period. And let's be honest, this industry don't really like clean-cut, confident black men who know their worth and don't beg for validation. That shakes the table.
We work twice as hard to get twice as less as our counterparts, right? And that being said, we're not valued. I believe we're supposed to be valued. So those budgets are really important for us so that we can have the kind of quality that we can present to the consumer. And the smaller the budget, the more creative you have to get. And we don't have resources oftentimes as our white counterpart.
I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathin'.
Hollywood has always kept a limit on how many strong, respectable black men they'll let shine at once. They'll crown one, maybe give him the Oscar, the prestige, the long career. But behind that, they want the rest to play sidekicks or damaged dudes caught in some struggle. Meanwhile, studios keep throwing big money at the same recycled stories. Black pain, poverty, prison. Why? Because like Spike Lee said, that's what makes Hollywood feel safe. It sells. It doesn't challenge the status quo. But a black man who won't sell out just for a check, that's a threat. That's someone the next generation might look up to. That's someone who might speak up. And they can't have that. So, yeah, they'll give us one Denzel. But even he had to walk a tightrope, be flawless, and stay buttoned up at all times. Larenz Tate didn't fade out because he wasn't good enough. He faded out because he wouldn't play the game. He didn't follow the script they had written for him. And that's exactly the kind of stuff Katt Williams been warning us about for years. People used to laugh him off, call him bitter or wildin'. But now, folks are doubling back like, wait a minute, Katt was right. And that's probably why they tried to silence him in the first place. Who gonna turn down 50? I did that line from Katt hit hard. He's always said Hollywood puts you through tests. Yeah, people stay focused on the whole dress thing. But according to Katt, it's never been just about wearing a dress. It's about humiliation, control. They want to see how far you'll go to belong. Before they let you in that final room, they hit you with something that crosses your own moral line. Something you'd never do if you were truly free. And the moment you give in, they own you.
Deal is we don't own any platform the way we should. There's a few Black-owned platforms, but we don't have a lot of outlets. We don't have as many. So we are not sort of governing over these entities or these corporations to say, hey, you guys have a great story. Y'all want to tell it and there's money to be made. Come here. So when we do find those places, everybody's trying to go through one keyhole. Everybody's trying to go through one tunnel. And even when you go to non-Black-owned places, they'll tell you to go over there, because they have to find value in what we do. And that's changing quite a bit as we're making it very clear.
But Katt took it even deeper. He started connecting these so-called rituals to something spiritual. He straight up said this industry ain't just shady, it's dark. He linked the whole put a dress on ritual to deeper rumors, talk of elite circles and secret sacrifices. Some even mentioned devil worship creeping around the top levels of the game. To Katt, it's not just about dressing up. It's about submission, giving into a force that's way bigger than the movie set. Now look at Larenz. He had everything. Talent, looks, respect, a clean image. But he didn't make that final jump. Not because he couldn't, but because he chose not to. Larenz has even dropped hints in interviews that he didn't fall off. He stepped back. He walked away from the madness and refused to sell out, just to keep shining. But here's the real twist. Larenz didn't just walk away from Hollywood's shady game. He started talking, saying stuff that makes the industry squirm. He called out things most Black actors are scared to even whisper about, like the pay gap. Even with all that fake talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, Larenz straight up said Black actors are still getting shortchanged. And it's not about talent. He made it clear. Same skills, same box office pull, same loyal fans, but still lower checks. That truth right there, Hollywood hates it. They expect Black actors to take whatever they're given, flash a smile, and stay quiet. Don't rock the boat. Don't demand better. Just be grateful. But the second someone like Laurence speaks on real fairness or power, boom, they start pulling strings behind the scenes. Look what happened to Taraji P. Henson. Look what they did to Monique. The minute they said, hey, we deserve better, Hollywood slapped them with labels like difficult, ungrateful, hard to work with. Meanwhile, white actors can push for millions and get praise for knowing their worth. But Larenz didn't stop at calling out the paycheck drama. He went further. He said just putting Black faces in lead roles ain't enough. Cutting a check isn't the same as giving real opportunity. He wanted respect, not just representation. And that kind of honesty, that shakes the whole table, and they don't like that one bit. The real issue ain't just who's on screen. It's who's behind the scenes, who's calling the shots, who's deciding what stories get told.
Historically, Hollywood has always taught us we don't translate overseas or worldwide. Right. But when you start traveling and you go everywhere and you can't walk down the street, you then know that there's been somebody telling you something all along that's wrong. And my true belief as to why they do it is because Hollywood likes to sort of devalue Black artists and Black folk, because you get super talented people at a discounted rate. You get a Hollywood likes to get really talented Black folks and get them at a discounted rate. Only, certain superstars that can hit that level that they would feel like they would put a machine behind. But the truth of the matter is we do translate because we're humans just like everyone else.
And which ones get buried forever? As long as that power stays locked in the same hands, nothing really changes. Representation without control? That's just a pretty lie in a shiny frame. Larenz Tate didn't sell out. And that's exactly why they wiped him out the spotlight. He didn't play the game. He didn't bow his head. He didn't trade his dignity for big-time deals. And the cost? They shut the door on him. The offers dried up. The major studios stopped calling. The media ignored him. He didn't fade because he lost his touch. He vanished because he refused to be owned. Hollywood didn't just cancel Larenz. They tried to erase him quietly. That's how they move when someone's too clean to drag and too powerful to control. No scandals, no meltdown, just silence. But here's the wild part. Truth doesn't stay buried forever. And now that Katt Williams is name-dropping Larenz, that's big. Katt doesn't speak on folks without reason. That means something's coming to the surface. 'Cause no matter how hard they push it down, the real ones always find a way to speak up. Laurence Tate didn't fall off. He broke free. And now, the truth is leaking, and people are finally listening. So what do you think really happened to Laurence Tate? Why did Hollywood turn its back on him? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. I'll catch you on the next one.